Here is a legitimate SEC filing for Chewy Inc. showing that Roaring Kitty, aka Keith Gill, owns 9,001,000 shares of Chewy. He also added a custom question in which you can do, stating that he is not a cat. Roaring Kitty is trolling the media, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about in today's video. Watch until the end, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Before we move on, Roaring Kitty is also being sued for securities fraud. Now, this is a class action lawsuit that was filed on June 28th in New York, accused of securities fraud in connection with the erratic movements of GameStop stock prices. The lawsuit alleges that Gill's online posts influence significant price changes. Now, what they're trying to get at here is not so much that his memes were securities fraud, but what they're really trying to do is dig in and figure out if he was colluding at all with any sort of hedge funds or institutions or anything along that nature, which could be a potential possibility, seeing that the question is, where did this guy get this much money to not only add to his GameStop shares, but also add to his Chewy position to this degree, right? Don't get me wrong, he is a smart guy, and that is exactly why I also think he expected this lawsuit to come anyway. Now, what's so dumb about this is some dude named Martin Radiv is suing Roaring Kitty for securities fraud. This guy only had 35 shares and a couple of options on GameStop, which this shouldn't even be allowed to happen. This guy lost $213 on a $1,077 investment in GameStop, and he is the one coming out to sue. He's probably being paid by a higher up to come out and file a lawsuit against Roaring Kitty, just my guess. Now, this is important. The media, Roaring Kitty has them on his fingertip, and he's showing that right now. He's trolling back and back by saying, I'm not a cat in this SEC filing, owning Chewy. He knows he's being sued for securities fraud even though he didn't do anything. We are here. Expect chaos. We are in the Kansas City Shuffle, and Roaring Kitty has been trying to tell us that. An advanced form of confidence trick where the mark is aware of being involved in a swindle and believes that he or she can outsmart the swindler. However, this is all part of the trick, and by attempting to retaliate, the mark unwittingly assists the con artist. This is what Roaring Kitty is doing. Any retaliation is actually assisting him, and what's happening right now is he's giving us waves to surf on Chewy as well as GameStop. Now, before we get into AMC and GameStop's charts, whales are loading up on more call options expiring this month for the $22, $20, and $23.50 strike on GameStop. Now, this doesn't mean much. I'm just putting it on your radar. Also, AMC, another consecutive amazing weekend, $211 million for box office, 148, 147. Just some more positive news on AMC, which is going to bring us into the charts. AMC is testing $5. I called out $5.85 for this week. I still think that could potentially be the case, and even if it doesn't, AMC is tracking perfectly to where we're at right now in the cycle. In the near future, in the very near future, expect AMC to retrace back down all the way to 460. Okay, I don't know when it's going to happen. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Either way, expect to retrace down to 460 before moving higher. This is what I see on AMC, and I think that will be one of the last dip buy opportunities before the move up, because then you're going to have a bigger move up, surpassing relative highs around 550, come back down base around that level before squeezing higher. GameStop did hit our level we called out, 23.50. We called out for this week. We're trading at 23.32. Got absolutely flushed down 5.57% on the day. Right at Roaring Kitty's average is where we're sitting. Everything is playing out to a T. I'm so happy we got the sell-off, because if we didn't get the sell-off, then we would have seen an inverse cycle playing out, meaning come July 2nd, you see flushes downwards, which now I don't think is going to be the case because we played out this part of the cycle. Okay, so I'm going to delete this inverse pattern and bring you good news that everything is tracking to a T, and this is probably one of the last buying opportunities you will get. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Before we move up, and that is exactly why I added call contracts to my GameStop. Everything is playing out beautifully. Now, lottery stocks, where do we go from here? Well, we see a bounce right back up to between 25 and 25.50 before hugging that resistance and essentially ripping higher. Chewy, is there a play on Chewy? I'm keeping a side eye on Chewy. I'm not going to put my full attention on it, but look for a bounce around 25.20 or $23 on Chewy if we break below that. bring us right back up to about 31.40 to retest. Tesla, I wish I got in my calls on Friday. I said a close above 197.20. I will be entering my Tesla calls, and I missed that. I forgot what I was doing on Friday after hours. I think I was at the gym, but I literally missed the entry, and I'm really pissed. But if you guys got the entry, congratulations. Tesla got a nasty rip, up 6%, trading at 210. If we close above 210, it's game over. We're going up to 230 on Tesla. SPY, expect weakness here, even though it's showing a little bit of strength holding this midline. I still think SPY is coming down to 538. I stand by that. Nvidia also showing some strength. I entered puts. Don't worry, I still think it's coming down to 111, even if that's going to take until late July. 111 is going to get hit, in my opinion, on Nvidia. Ethereum, getting a bounce off of this level. Beautiful thing to see. We want to see momentum build and strength build and volume build on this upside. And the same thing goes for Bitcoin. Otherwise, they're both going to get a hard rejection. And this is where you see them finally break structural support. Bitcoin breaking around 57 and going down to 54 if we don't see momentum and volume push through 63. 63 is a rejection level that we have been talking about, that we have called out for Bitcoin to come up to. If we break back in, that means you trade back in this parallel channel, and bears weren't strong enough to continue to push the price lower at these levels. Bulls were trying to push it up, get it back in the channel, and then we will potentially retest the top of the channel around 70, 72, potentially break higher. Again, there is no bull or bear in control here on Bitcoin. However, the closer we get to election, the more I think bulls will take over. Couple last things. The U.S. Department of Justice is officially charging Boeing with fraud. Boeing has until the end of the week to decide whether to plead guilty or not. And lastly, Robinhood systems are down again. We're experiencing an interruption in service for some users and are working to resolve it as soon as possible. We are working on a solution. Stay tuned for updates. We apologize for the inconvenience. If you're on Robinhood, I feel bad for you. I would not recommend Robinhood. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some guy on YouTube covering things on a day-to-day basis and giving you an update. Overall, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below, about Roaring Kitty owning Chewy, stating that he is not a cat, getting sued by a guy with only 35 shares of GameStop that once had 35 shares, right? And him basically mocking the media. Kansas City Shuffle, this is where we're at. With that being said, what do I expect going forward? I expect Roaring Kitty to announce probably between July 2nd and July 4th an update on his GameStop position, and it probably be increased or something along the lines of that. That is it, guys. Press the top link under the video to go get my pattern detection and forecasting indicator added to your trading view charts. Level up your trading journey. Make sure to get in the Discord. It's the third link. Come talk with me. Come talk with the most amazing people, stocks and crypto, all day long. I post my trades as soon as I take them. We have options trading alerts in there and more. Overall best vibes, whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. It's a coffee a month, guys. Come get in the Discord. Finally, the second link under the video. It's a fresh month, so make sure to go do it right now to earn up to 15 free stocks and get 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Use my Moomoo link, open an account, and make a deposit if you haven't already. It takes 2 minutes. Month of July just started. Go get these crazy benefits. You're also getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. Again, that is Moomoo, free broker. Use my link, open an account, and make a deposit. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.